45% of our lives are spent listening to other people. That is almost half of our lives. In fact, you're doing it right now. Even though you may not realize it, listening is a key part of our lives. Whether you're hearing a lecture, watching a YouTube video, or even just talking to your friends, you're almost always subconsciously listening. Contrary to this, listening is never taught to us. Most schools never teach us how to correctly listen. Everyone just automatically assumes that we all know how to listen correctly. Surprisingly, it is the complete opposite. As a high school student who sits through numerous lectures a day, I can assure you that listening is not something everyone is inherently good at. In fact, I'd consider the past me to be a terrible listener. I'd forget lectures and even small things that people had told me the same day. In the past, no matter how focused and attentive I was, mysterious thoughts would randomly pop into my head. I'm sure many of you are all too familiar with this scenario. After all, almost everyone goes through this in their life. Many times, teachers and parents will tell us to pay more attention or focus on what someone is saying. But the problem isn't how focused we are. No, the problem is that while listening, our brains start to get bored. Our brain is able to comprehend things way faster than we can talk. And I mean way faster. This leaves a lot of time for us to think about random ideas while listening to people. So instead of our focus, the real problem is our boredom. This is why I suggest actively listening. One may ask, what is actively listening and why is it so important? Well, according to the United States Institute of Peace, active listening is fully concentrating on a speaker instead of just passively hearing. But what does this really mean? See, the thing is, hearing and listening are two different things. When you're hearing, you're not truly processing the information you are being given. It is almost like the famous saying, in through one ear and out through the other. Many times we think it is enough just to hear someone, but in order to truly understand someone, we have to listen. We have to use the extra time we have to better understand what we are listening to. While you're listening to someone, try to figure out what they are saying and why they're saying that. Try to find the bigger meaning behind things. See, this way you are more involved with what you are listening to and you're not distracted by what you're going to have for lunch. Essentially, you are mentally annotating while someone is talking. Using the skill has majorly reformed my life. I'm able to truly grasp what other people are saying. I'm able to take advice from successful people and use it to improve on myself. My dad always said that it was better to surround myself with people who were smarter than me. Without realizing it, I was already constantly surrounded by people who were more successful than me. After learning how to actively listen properly, I realized that endless potential listening helped. I was able to learn from those around me and use that to better myself as a person. Even though I had no idea what my dad was talking about before, I truly understand it now. I realized that listening to the right people could pave the path to success for you. By doing this, you can learn from the mistakes of those around you. In fact, many of the mistakes we make can easily be avoided if we listen properly. So even though you may not remember half of what I said, the next time you are listening to someone, try to actively listen. After all, Bernard Burr once said, most of the successful people I know are the ones that do more listening than talking. Thank you.